More fun stuff from the CBS Sports Candid Coaches series. Gary Parrish and Matt Norlander have polled roughly 100 coaches in the last month on a variety of subjects. I love this. It's all on the condition of anonymity, so we get some very real answers from their peers on I don't know, all these subjects from who's the best team, best player to more fun things like what we are going to talk about right now. The question was this: if your son was a player, which college coach would you want him to spend 4 years with? The winner, 30% of the votes, Purdue's Matt Painter. The second place, runner up, silver medal, with 16% of the votes, Michigan State's Tom Izzo. No other coach received more than 6% of the votes. Kelvin Sampson, Rick Barnes, Mark Few, Dusty May, Mark Pope, Tommy Lloyd, Shaka Smart, Scott Drew, Todd Golden all got a mention here. There are a bunch of other coaches that got just one vote that accounted for 21% of the vote total, but we don't know who they are. So if you got multiple votes, you're one of the coaches I named. But Painter and Izzo making up nearly 50% of the votes from over 100 coaches polled here. Painter, the runaway winner. Does any of this surprise you? And I guess if you had a son, Dion, where would you want them to play?
For me, first and foremost. And if I had like a really, if I had a really good son, it would be about how do I get a job. And then once I get a job, we can discuss who the head coach is. But it would most importantly be like, okay, what school is giving me money? And then let's figure out the rest afterwards. Uh, I think this makes sense. I mean, Paint genuinely seems like a really, really good dude. And if you had a kid, wouldn't you want him to be in like Izzo's realm? Because like Izzo doesn't only get kids on campus, he doesn't only get them to the NBA, they also graduate college, which I think is important for like a lot, like for a lot of parents, even if your kid's like really good. Me personally, if I had a 5 star, last thing we're worried about is school. But for some people, that's very important. And Izzo kind of checks every box for like the traditional parent want of like a college aspect of things. And by the way, like so does Purdue, right? Like I'm sure Braden Smith's parents love that Braden's graduating college in a few months before he goes to the NBA, right? Like everyone always talks about that fallback option. So I think Peyton Izzo kind of check every box for like your typical what you would want out of a college program. Now, for me, if it isn't me, it's simple. We're going to Calipari because we have one goal in mind, and that's the NBA. We're not here for the fun and games. We're not here for 4 years. We're here for the moment, and we're here for the NBA. You get my son to the league, Cal, and that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, no Calipari mentions interesting. The results of this poll, I mean, round of applause for Painter, I guess. I didn't expect him to win this poll, but I expected him to be very near the top. I would say about the same with Tom Izzo. I'm a little intrigued that Izzo was voted second because Izzo, even though he has all the respect in the world from his peers, Izzo is considered like the hard ass, like hold guys accountable type. And I don't know. It's almost like Dan Hurley's not on this list. And I think there are some similarities between Tom Izzo and Dan Hurley. And Izzo got a lot of this vote, and Hurley didn't. Now, I think Izzo's just a better human being, and
Yeah.
people like Tom Izzo more. So that's part of it. But, like, yeah, like Dan Hurley's won two of the last three national championships and didn't even get a vote on this. That should probably tell you a lot about how the peers feel about Dan Hurley. No one really likes Dan Hurley, it seems. Would also note no Pat Kelsey on this list. I would love to know who voted for the Instagram fiend. Who voted for Todd Golden being a mentor of men? I need an answer on that one. That was interesting to me. But 30% of the vote, man, is big. Like Paint, and we're talking Izzo was like alone in second. Painter nearly doubled Izzo's votes here. Everybody just loves paint. And that leads me to a more broad, comprehensive conclusion after this is like the 13th video we've done on CBS's Candid Coaches series. Once again, Norlander, Parrish, round of applause. You guys are awesome. I've greatly enjoyed this from start to finish. I've loved every second of it. There's so much good stuff that we've learned. At the same time, gentlemen, can we stop? Can we stop with it? Because all we're doing is giving Purdue so much recruiting juice right now. Every single edition of this has led with Purdue as the winner. Who's the coach you most want to coach your son? Who's the team that's going to win the national title? Who's the coach who hasn't won a national title yet that will? Who's the best player in the sport? Who do you wish you could go to Applebee's with? It's everything's Painter. It's all Painter. And I get it. Painter's great. Purdue's fun. They rock. It's awesome. They have so much juice right now, man. Can I get some of that juice? Dion, how's your job going?
Beginning of the school year, everything's like a little up and down. One of the biggest issues we've had is we can't find any uniforms for our girls' sports teams.
Mm. That's a difficult thing to find a solution for. I know damn well all about that because I got a daughter that just turned 2. She's into sports and she's already outgrowing every little piece of sports apparel she had. Thankfully, I know Clara Kate Creations. Clara Kate Creations was started by a former high school teacher who quit because it wasn't cost effective to send new twins and a 2-year-old to daycare. She found it easier to make girls' sports apparel than finding it to buy. And I am so thankful that she exists because if we have an old shirt of Murph's that she's outgrown, we can send it in and she takes that piece of apparel that means something and upcycles it into an outfit that Murphy can now wear as she grows up. She makes great stuff. It's honestly kind of like your fullback's wife, Kyle Juszczyk. Is that how you say it? She does that. But honestly, I think Clara Kate's coming for Mrs. Juszczyk's job.
I love that. I'm a big Juice guy, love his wife. Love Claire Kate even more than both of them, though.
You can send in your own custom ideas and she will come up with a design. She's just the best. Look up Clara Kate Creations on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and more.
I mean, me, you, and Payne at Applebee's Dollar Margarita. Special night. Special night. Did Pope get any votes?
Pope got 4% of the votes, tied with Dusty May and Mark Few for 5th.
Few feels crazy, to be honest with you. Uh,
No Shire.
no Shire. That's crazy because, like, by the way, couldn't be more clear who parents actually want their kids to play for. It's clearly Shire. um, Pope, I feel like should be higher on this list. I feel like Pope is like kind of like the perfect person for like an award like this.
Yeah, for this type of question, I think I agree with you. Now, again, look, Painter deserves this. He's genuinely a good person, good human being. And I don't know. The more the series goes on, it's like, aren't all of these prompts just coming up with different ways to like vote for the homecoming king? You feel me? It's like I'm back in college. It's like we need your ballot at lunch hour, and it's like, okay, who's the most popular? Who's the class king? Who's the best athlete? Like it's all the same answer. That kid's really cool. Can I give you 11 different answers for me to say he's the coolest kid in our class? Like it's basically Painter right now. Honestly, I would love the next rendition of this to be who's the coach you like the most that lost to a 16 seed 2 years ago?
Tony Bennett.
Just because Payne
Also,
needs to be humbled, man. I'm losing this.
he keeps winning all these awards. And by the way, 3 units, guys, 3 units. So ignore this comment if you need to. 3 units. He keeps winning all these awards. He keeps losing a lot of recruiting battles, though.
He lost like 2 recruiting battles. It's crazy.
The refs
Uh,
felt it.
what's your actual answer to this?
Pope.
Really?
I think so. I feel like if I was a parent or a kid, for what it's worth, I think my answer would be like if I was a recruit or my son was a recruit. I think my answer is the same for both. I just think I'd be enamored by whatever he told me in my living room.
Yeah,
I
I like
don't
that.
think
I feel like I have different answers to this depending on who my son is. If my son is my son, like I know he's gonna be a big time stand in the corner guy. Like a little bit of a psycho stand in the corner guy, but a stand in the corner guy. And for that reason, I would send him to Painter. Painter knows what he can do with stand in the corner guys. If my son was just like a different archetype, which he won't be, but if he was like an on-ball hound, I think I'm sending him to Kevin Young.
mentally Banks feels very like Calipari though.
No, Banks is an Underwood fit. He'd be great at Illinois, man.
It would be special if your son was coached by Daddy Brad, by the way. Talk about a full circle moment.
I'd be special on that patio with the Cabernet for sure.